Hey there, mathematicians! Thanks, Miss Williams. Today we're going to be looking at the number 5. And our objective, if you want to read it with me, is I can decompose and represent numbers to 5. Now, decompose is a really long word that has 3 syllables. Let's practice it together. Ready? Decompose. Good job. So today we're going to talk about decomposing the number 5. Now, decompose means to take it apart. We want to find out what numbers live inside the number 5. And we're also going to represent, which means we're going to draw a picture or we're going to use math tools in order to help us understand this concept. So today I'm going to be working with a 5 frame and counters. If you don't have these math tools at home, that's okay. The 5 frame is available online if your parents would like to print it out, or you could use it on your iPad from school even. And if you don't have counters, just find 2 objects that are different colors. So I have red and yellow. Maybe you have black and blue. So just make sure that you have 2 different colors of objects and maybe just a flat surface to work on. And let's get ready to learn. All right. So today I told you that we're going to be working with the number 5. Okay? The number 5 is represented in a couple different ways. This is called standard form, just the numeral, the number 5. And we write 5 like this, F-I-V-E. That is the number 5. So the first thing I want you to do is grab your counters and in front of your flat surface, I'd like you to create a row of 5 objects in front of you. And it doesn't matter what colors you have, so we're going to work on that in a moment. So I'm just going to lay down my counters like this. Okay, and I'm going to put mine in my 5 frame. And what we know about this 5 frame is that when it's full, that's 5. So we don't have to count them anymore. What we do have to count are the parts of 5. So how many red counters and how many yellow counters do you see on my screen? I count 1 red counter, right? 1 red counter. Can you count the yellow counters for me? So there's 1 yellow, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 1 red counter and 4 yellow counters. Right? So I have 1 red counter, and that's just this one right here. And then I have 4 yellow counters. Looking at the 5 frame here, can you tell me what are the 2 parts of 5 here? We know that 5 is equal, or is the same as 1, and what other number? How many yellow counters did we have? That's right, 5 is the same as 1 and 4. And instead of and here, what we're going to put is a plus sign. That means we're going to add them together. So in this arrangement, I know that 5 is the same as 1 and 4. Are you ready to find a different way to make 5? Clear your row, and let's start again. So in front of you, while I erase all of my marker, I'd like for you to show me how to make 5 in a different way. Can you find a different way to show me the number 5? So lay out your materials in front of you. I'm going to fill my 5 frame, and this time I'll fill my 5 frame just like this. Okay? So now we're working with a different set of numbers that also equals 5. And we know that it equals 5 because my row is full in my 5 frame. If it was not full, I would need to look at it and analyze it in order to know how many is there. But I know that because the row is full, There are 5. So now we're going to talk about this set of numbers. So I know that we're still working with 5. And this time, I know that 5 is the same as, how many red counters do you see in the 5 frame here? Here's the 5 frame, let's count them. 1, 2. So here, this part of the 5 frame has 2 red counters. The other part of the 5 frame has how many yellow counters? 1, 2, 3. So that means that 5 is also 2 and 3? That's kind of confusing. So, that's not the number 2. So 5 is also the same as 2 red counters and 3 yellow counters. And remember, in the middle, we're going to put them together, so we put a plus sign here. So let's review. We've talked about the word decompose. Can anyone tell me what that means? Do you remember? That's right, decompose means to break it apart, to find out what lives inside. And represent, do you remember what represent means? Represent means to draw a picture or a model. And today we didn't draw very much, but we did create a model, right? And I told you that we were going to work with numbers to 5. So we worked a lot today with the number 5. We are going to go back really quickly, and we're actually going to decompose a different number. A number that's close to 5, but that is not 5. So let's look very quickly. Let's practice one more time. Clear your row. And can you find another way to represent 5? Find another way to fill your 5 frame that we have not already tried. Are you ready? So first I'm going to put 3 red counters. Then I'm going to put 2 yellow counters. And this is a very special case in math. It has a very special name. How many red counters do you see here? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 red counters. I'm going to write the number 3 on top. And on the right side of the 5 frame here, how many yellow counters do I have? Well, let's look. 1, 2. I have 2 yellow counters here. So that means I also know that 5 is the same as 3 and 2. So 5 is the same as 3 and 2. Now look at these number sentences. What do you notice? Do you notice anything tricky here? This is a special case in math, and it has a very special name called the commutative property. And that just means that it doesn't matter whether we write 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2. We know that both equations are equal to 5. I hope this lesson has helped you learn how to decompose and represent numbers to 5. Remember, you can find the 5 frame online on the Kansas City Public Schools website. And I can't wait to see you next week. Get ready for science with Miss Schumacher.